Ah, cool. So, I am live, it looks like. Cool. Let me share this on Tweltwer and in my Discord server, and I will be ready post haste. Fucking... Actually, also on Phoebe. Me. Also, yeah, let me check my audio levels on the actual stream page. It's been Alright, cool, yeah, before. Alright, so... that one. And I'll be sharing this on Twitter. That one. And there. And I'm going to tag everyone in my Discord server. Actually, I'll just tag the ones that are here. Not everybody needs to see. Let's do streaming now. If you're here, feel free. Alright, cool. So I am back. That was an awkward way to start the stream. But, the general vibe of these streams, for those of you who are new, because I know I've got, like, I think 8 new people at this point, is I go over comments that have been posted on my videos during the time in between bullshit, and I also, like, talk about whatever the audience wants to talk about. So basically, it's my community engagement stream. And it's where I get to sort of have a more casual conversation with people that's completely, like, unscripted. I don't have a fucking anything in front of me. I'm just sort of staring at the camera, dead-eyed, waiting to die. So the point is that I'll be going over some comments, and I'll also be addressing what is posted in chat. So if you want to send me a message, feel free, and I will address that. But with that being said, we are getting going. There are comments that I haven't addressed for a long time that I should have addressed sooner, because I've been sort of on this work-related hiatus. I've been trying to get a bunch of shit done, and I still am, by the way, but I've gotten enough of it done that I can hit my daily vlogs again. I've also been sort of stopped up on my Twitch streams. Twitch.tv/insanity is free. If you are interested in following me, it is free. But I'll be getting back to those soon. But I just sort of, like, I was stopped up on what I was doing, you know? So now that I am no longer as stopped up on what I was doing, I can hit up my normal weekly stream and also go back to my daily vlogs. It's been kind of a rocky start back too, but it's been there. And I've been wanting to come back for a while now. So I'm glad I'm here. Hope you are too. And there might be some new people coming in as well, because there are new subscribers on the channel that were not here before. So with all that being said, I'm opening up my comments right now. And I'm also going to get some water because dehydration blows. Alright. Content. Oh yeah, fucking comments. That one. Alright, so what are the held for reviews? Let's get those. Oh, nothing. Okay, cool. Published comments. Let's get rid of the I haven't responded filter. Sometimes that fucks shit up. Okay. Let's go back. Because I haven't seen a lot of these, looks like. So, okay. Spud Ruckus says, on my yelling about Koof for 35 minutes, vlog 55, I am so tired of this. Is half the country really this stupid? It's demoralizing. Good rant. I was especially engrossed when your eyelids started twitching toward the end when you were talking about people being cunts. No shade. This is my energy lately as well. Well, thank you. I apologize for not having responded to this for a month. Now I feel like a super cunt. Okay. It's Blocky Gaming. I met a racist person and I was recording him in Roblox. I got a file complaint for showing his face some. Fuck Roblox. I am so glad I never picked that game up. Thanks again for the opportunity from Susan. We seem to see eye to eye on much of this. This is on Susan is anti-school. I would like to correct myself on one very important point. Teachers do not go into it for the money. That was a ridiculous thing for me to say. I think most teachers go into teaching with good intentions, hoping to make a difference, but the system will chew them up and spit them out sooner or later. The turnover rate is high. There's little incentive to do your best when your compensation isn't tied to your performance. It's almost like the system is designed to fail. I can agree to that mostly. I think some teachers do, and that's why some classes are sparse and barren and some classes aren't, because schools don't fund... and by the way, hello, 4 concurrent viewers. Feel free to post things in the chat. And also, of course, feel free to, like, subscribe this video if you fucking like this bullshit for some reason. But, okay, so there are a lot of schools, and I would venture to say most public schools, that make the teachers pay for a lot of the supplies that go into classrooms. And you know that. Like, I think we went over that in the thing. And those ones have a significant amount of teachers who don't do shit to compensate for that. So their classrooms are sparse and barren. They get what they can get for free. They don't do anything extra. And as a result, kids are given this unstimulating, terrible environment that is designed to sterilely force them to do what the system wants them to do. Those teachers are in it for the money because they're clearly not into it for kids. And so there are teachers, though, who do go like the extra mile and do try to get enough of, like, I guess, enough resources for the kids there to, like, thrive, function well, learn things, have enough different types of things for different types of learning styles. There are things that certain teachers do to actually give a fuck. Certain teachers, certainly. I won't say most either way. I don't know enough about statistics in that regard to make, like, an actual statement there. But what I do know is that I knew a significant amount of teachers in the terrible place I grew up that didn't give a fuck at all, and were not incentivized to give a fuck at all. So, I don't know. Some of them, yeah. But some of them, no. I'll say that. And I see a 9/11 joke in the chat, which is not true. The state did 9/11. There's a ton of evidence for that. There's literally no evidence that it was done specifically by a given race. So, the antisocial contract says on Susan is Anti-School, I didn't learn phonics until I was an adult because I was teaching it. Yeah. I mean, ultimately, there's a lot of people who have to fill in their own gaps anyway. It's why unschooling is good to begin with, because you're going to do it eventually anyway if you actually care about the subjects you're learning. So I would advise just starting that way, personally. 2520, bullying only happens in places where you can't get away. Hadn't heard this one before, but it's true. Yeah. Psycho Fire says, good to see you back on Told Ya, a triumphant return coup rant. That was 56. Thank you. We got Psycho Fire on the U.S. isn't done with Afghanistan. Vlog 57. Just a nitpick. You forgot to mention lithium, and then you have pharmaceuticals. Yes, yeah, okay, yeah, 100%. Vampiric Agorist replies to that, yeah, it's a truly profitable dominion. It would be unthinkable for it to fall into non-Murican hands. Yeah. Cold Highway says, keep an eye on Bolivia, which is more close to home. Like Afghanistan, they have a good chunk of lithium, and I don't put it past the U.S. government to attempt another coup there. Yeah, 100%. And he says, I would also keep an eye on China, as they're making big chess moves into Afghanistan and Africa, not to mention their training operations with Iran and Russia. Yeah, for sure. Troll the Purpose in my chat right now says, district by district, many teachers' unions went for pay increases for incidental class costs instead of expensing or budgeting it. Yeah, that's also true. 100%. Vampiric Agorist says, I really hope we don't end up at war with China. Draft dodging doesn't sound very profitable. Winsteroo in my chat says, what do you think about Bob? I hope you learn how to... He got a training dummy. So I hope he learns how to fight with that, and at the very least gets his aggression out. Because he's got a lot of it. Needs to go to somewhere, like, productive. Get some gains and see if you can increase your strength with your punches, with bigger muscles. And he also says in this comment on the triumphant return coup rant, he took a month off because of the pimple on his face. So that pimple showed up actually like 4 days before I came back. It was unfortunate too, and like I still have some of them, but they're slowly going away. I don't think I'll ever be fully rid of acne, because I got the fucking hypermetabolism and over-hormone production shit, so... Cold Highway says on my A Few Things That Can Be Done to Help the Homeless vlog, which almost nobody watched, working to eliminate much of the red tape that prevents lower-cost housing being built is something that needs to be fought for as well. Yeah, for sure. And like, a lot of these tiny homes and shit that get built, they fucking get destroyed by the government. That fucking sucks. It's one of the many things that makes me, like, fill with that, like, homicidal rage. I hate that. I hate the idea that they can suddenly have a place where they can be, and then the government knocks them down. Substandard housing. Go back to your tents. That's better. Fuck you, pig. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, I still have the pimple right now. So I'm gonna thumb and heart that. Vampiric Agorist on the same says, I'd really love to go out into the woods somewhere and start a nice village for homeless folk. It wouldn't even really take all that much to do. Yeah, for sure. You mentioned Goodwill and having good deals, which is indeed true. Personally, I think the best deals they have are on their furniture. There's no need to spend $500 on a new couch at a furniture store when you can get a decent used one at Goodwill for $20. Thrift stores in general are really awesome places to get stuff. I've found rare books, old tech, original artwork, and of course a ton of comfy clothes. Yeah, for sure. Get some water here. I think I'm going to need you to elaborate. Troll with a Purpose says in chat, are soldiers' assessments right? Are Taliban caps a thing? Do you mean, like, that soldiers say that there are, ANCAP Talibans? I'm not sure what you're asking. If that's the question, then no. Not at all. Their structure is anything but anarchist. Winsteroo on Don't Tread on My Chili Dogs, Vlog 59, says, I feel like I'm watching a high dude talk about hot dogs for 19 minutes. That's fair. I'm gonna thumb and heart that. It would take you 9 avocados to get through this video. I don't know what that means, actually. Maybe I missed something. Oh, right, like the, okay. Yeah. That's an amusing one, too. Thumb and heart. Same video. Carlos Jones. Oh, it's one of those investment spams. I'm going to remove. Actually, I'll hide user from this channel because I don't need Carlos ever again. Ungovernable. He's a public subscriber to me, so thank you. He says, I'll be damned if the Wienermobile didn't just drive by while I'm watching this. It's a sign, man. You've got to get a chili dog. Pronto. Of course, that was a week ago, so if it was to save his life, he's already dead. Rip in peace. Never forgetty. That Earth Nerd says, I can't imagine being so afraid of death that I would do a study to determine if and what foods add or take away insignificant portions of time from my life, and then tailor my diet that way, and then judge others who eat different and call them somehow the bad one. Yeah, dude. And she's like, it's like life, Weight Watchers, but life points. Yeah, for real. Yeah. Fucking Yu-Gi-Oh status right there. Thumbed and hearted Mr. Knight says, pretty sure the people that commit nepotism the most on help the homeless are probably the ones that lobbied for it to be illegal. They have enough money to brush things under the rug or keep courts at bay. Yeah, it's exactly that. Because they already have the money. They already have all the wherewithal. They're insulated from the effects of their actions. They don't need to give a fuck. It's a sick system, if you ask me. Troll with a Purpose in my chat says, soldiers said that things are ANCAP in tribal regions and Taliban are also there plus Yeah, no, but no. Like, everything I know about Afghanistan indicates that there are no anarchist regions there. Like, it's pretty much patrolled by one either gang or, like, official gang known as government. And I don't see a fundamental and meaningful distinction between a gang or a government, which means to me that that they were a completely governed territory. That's the reason I don't like being told to move to Somalia, even though I have a shirt that says honorary Somalian because of this, because it's bullshit to tell me to move to somewhere which is being governed just because it's being governed worse, and you don't like the fact that I'm criticizing this one. It's not anything over there. It's pretty much solidly theocracy, and like I'm not like in favor of that either. By the way, just so that anybody who is new to the channel knows, I'm not in favor of any ocracy, and I have pretty viciously opposed the kinds of theocracy that are over there, philosophically speaking. But I also oppose the U.S. stealing our money to impose their own views onto that region and use it as a regional foothold for their hegemonic powers. So that's why I don't like the whole Afghanistan thing. And also because, you know, a lot of innocent people have died and been hurt, and it creates yet more enemies who want to repeat the cycle. So it's bad, you know, but it's also bad to do what they do. I don't think anyone in this situation is completely right. Although I do think that if the U.S. actually got out and didn't continue to do what they're doing, which is not getting out, that the things would be vastly improved, certainly on the home front. Troll with a Purpose says, so they're equating warlords with anarchy. Yeah, that's what they do. But they also say, but what if the warlords take over? As though they haven't already. Yeah, sure. I believe you. This country is run by peaceniks. And other jokes we tell ourselves. Chelsea Jeffy says, that URL, which I am not going to click. I'm going to also hide that from my channel, because anybody who doesn't describe their URL to me sufficiently gets hidden. I don't want your spam. Mr. Knight on my hot dog video says, I've actually heard that most Americans are now low on salt. That is, until you say something that dismantles their worldview. Good one. Good one. Yes, yeah. Well, there's plenty of salt that has been flowing the past week, for sure. Like and heart. Rescind said, the P-Docs did exactly the same. This is on my bipolar vid, where I went over how bipolarism affects my life, because basically there was this cunt in a Discord server who decided to go off on me about it. And so many other people have too. Like, oh, you're not actually affected negatively, or not negatively enough for me to care or something, because blah blah arbitrary bullshit. So she says, and this is Susan from the Susan interview, by the way. She's a supporter now as well. So thank you, and I'll try to earn that. The P-Docs did exactly the same to me. Do you suppose it's mostly incompetence or sadism? I can't decide. For some, both. For others, the prior. Like, I'm not going to say that they're all that way, but there's certainly an undercurrent of wanting to control other people and wanting to hurt those who you would hurt in another setting by affecting their life in certain ways under clinical precepts. So, Vampiric Agorist says, essentially. And AM says, salt couldn't be you. Yeah, right, yeah. So Ian says, I will always be here for you, brother. Just give me a call. He also says, not gonna lie, saying anything as a superpower is less than running faster than the speed of sound is cringe. I think I know what you're saying. We'll thumb that. And he also says, you misread your lines, bro. It was supposed to go, you think men like Thomas Wayne ever... You think men like Thomas Wayne ever think what it's like to be someone like me? To be somebody but themselves? They don't. They think that we'll just sit there and take it like good little boys. Like we won't werewolf and go wild. There we go. Thumb and heart. Suze Ash says, thank you for educating me on what being bipolar is. I smiled when you said I'm not shutting up ever. I admire that. Good to hear. Define Jonas. Bipolar here. And he's also a public subscriber, so thank you. Public subscriptions matter, because they mean that if somebody clicks on your profile, they'll see my ugly mug. Been homeless several times. While I believe I may have a more mild case of the disease, I can relate to everything you said. Thank you for saying it. Good to hear. I hope that you're in a better place now, and I hope that you can stay above water, man. Stay strong. Earth Nerd says, you're not less, you're different. Anyone who doesn't see it that way is willfully ignorant and missing out. Maybe I'm biased as ADHD who needs this too. But as someone who, without bipolar, I have found that a little extra love, a little extra understanding isn't that hard, and it makes a big difference. Needs, let's be real, LOL. Yeah, well, thank you. And I think a lot of bipolar people just don't understand that it is serious, you know? It's a problem. Especially, like, so they aren't allowed, we aren't allowed to talk about this. It's not a thing. If you're bipolar, you're supposed to deal with your anger issues and shut the fuck up. That's what bipolar people are supposed to do. Vampiric Agorist says, the fact that you're able to live life as an agorist, even with this mental illness, is honestly inspiring. I'm not personally bipolar, but I do have depression and anxiety, so I've always seen the transition from a white market to agorist lifestyle as an almost impossible hurdle. You make it seem doable, though, and I'm actually beginning to take steps in that direction, largely thanks to you being a good well, thank you. Um, Weird to be considered a good example, but thank you. You know, I'll try to earn that compliment, because, you know, we won't know until a few years from now whether or not it sticks. Mr. Xavier says, it's not an unintended consequence on my pedo video, like my Twitter still has a pedo problem video 2 years later, Vlog 62. It's not an unintended consequence. Big Tech is complicit in degeneracy agendas. Yeah, and he's also a public subscriber, so thank you. In my chat, I got Psycho Fire saying nice to catch a live stream. Yeah, I'll be doing these once a week, so feel free to tune in on Saturdays. I don't know when it'll be, like, guaranteedly, but what I do know is that it'll be a thing. So I'll try to keep people informed. And I also have a Discord server, but you have to DM me for an invite for reasons. Thank you for... This is on my Yelling About the Free State project for 40 minutes, Vlog 61. Rescind says, thank you for clarifying all this. It helps me develop and clarify my own position. What you say about law enforcement looking for troublemakers is right. Look up Jim Hogshire when you get a chance. When the feds were arresting him, the lead cop said, what did you expect with the shit you write? Unbelievable. I can personally attest that while he may have broken laws, they were all victimless. Interestingly, the guy who dimmed Jim off, maybe that's a phrase I'm not familiar with, I'm pretty sure, like, you mean ratted him out, was Bob Black, a self-proclaimed anarchist author, the abolition of work, etc., attorney, and police informant. Dig a little, it's a hell of a story. I was close to both Jim and Heidi for about 13 months, from about August 1994 through September of 1995. Good rant, thumbs up. Well, thank you. I will look into that. That's that's an intense story. Mr. Knight on my Twitter still has a pedo problem. I posted that petition in a subreddit and people downvoted it. I am not surprised. You know, honestly, my stuff, no matter how good it is, it stands such a strong chance of getting downvoted, shadow banned, suppressed in some way. People don't want to like it, and they hate me by default. So it's not a surprise, and it's also not a surprise that when you posted something serious in a subreddit, they were opposed. He says, given that subreddit doesn't like politics, but that's not politics. Not to mention that the most upvoted post in there is a GIF literally advocating the assault of pedos. But the petition gets downvoted. I posted it in the Storyfire Discord, and they were happy to sign it, so at least there's that. I'm not a fan of Storyfire, but thank you. I hope it actually does get some traction, because at the very least it's information, you know? Got chats. Busted 9/11. Did YouTube censor that? Maybe. But I mean, if that is the case, then that's a way to get your comment out there. Just say busted it. In fact, maybe we should make that a meme. We should just, you know, we should post buses everywhere and say that, like, you know, we have to stop terrorism. Something like that. It'd be a funny inside joke there. You forgot the H, bud. Damn it. Yeah, well, that should be a thing, I think. I think busted 9/11 would be fucking hilarious. So I wrote a previous, this was on Rescind, I wrote a previous comment that disappeared. So, okay, this is the same comment she left, so I think, I'm gonna check this, actually. I'm gonna see if it's this way on the actual YouTube video, because that'd be weird. I will, okay, you know, actually, it wouldn't, it wouldn't even be that weird. That's sad. That's pretty sad. For YouTube to just not let a comment be seen it's one of the sort of banes of my existence. It fucking sucks. Let me see if Newest First is gonna give it to me. Okay, so I guess it disappeared by the top comments sort, but it's still there. I'm gonna thumb and a heart it though anyway. Maybe then it'll show up in the top comments. Nope. All right, so YouTube hid that one behind the... Okay. It says basically the same thing, though, so... Anyway. I'm going to check my Odyssey comments, actually, because I haven't checked those in a while. Maybe there's something new. I don't know. But we will see. Only on the U.S. isn't done with Afghanistan thing from Richard Beard saying facts. So I will heart and flame that. I think that's how you do that. Alright, cool. Anyway, AM says bus fuel can't melt steel beams. Yeah, no it can't. No it can't. Anyway, we have things. Of course. Yeah, I'm gonna have to mute Sidex again. He's posting this image of me getting ass fucked by a pig with his shittily drawn profile picture on the head of that. I think he's weirdly obsessed with me, so I'm glad that I don't have to listen to him. And I have no plans to do so. Anyway, those. Anyone in the chat who wants to leave a thing. Also, if y'all want the Steam to get recommended to randos, copy link and thumbs up. Stream, okay. Yeah. Farm animal pig, like actual pig. He's this stupid, like, I think he's 20 or something like that. Year old who like has no talent and no logic. He feels like he's involved in everything even though he's not. He made this entire thread on me on Kiwi Farms, and they blasted the fuck out of him because he's incredibly stupid. He has negative brain cells. It's very sad. So I just sort of like let him pock off my mentions like a moth off a light bulb. It's, you know, an annoyance, but it's not something I actually have to care about. Anyway, anybody have something for the chat? Feel free. Yeah, he's pissed off because I'm going after people in the back alley, and like one of those people is one of the people in his circle, and he does this stupid thing where anybody who's in his circle immediately gets, you know, defense from the evil Jeremiah. It's why I haven't been talking to him, because it's completely worthless to do so. There's no point in talking to him. But I've been going after the back alley because they started to break their Rule 7 again and talk about me. So I figured I would have a few posts about them, because they have a hedgehog infestation in their server, and shed some light on the stuff they're saying. And they have issues, to say the least. Not the least of which is people advocating genocide, people being racist and generally phobic of insert thing. It's really like, if anybody from the outside saw that, they would never touch anarchism or libertarianism. It's a severe fucking problem. And I made this video, it was one of my first vlogs, yelling at a dumb furry. That was SO. That's his server. He owns that server. And it's full of, like, statism, fascism. It's really bad. They had to argue with one of their longest term members because of that. Because they're spineless and they won't get rid of their statist elements, all while saying they're a libertarian and anarchist server. It's really fucking dumb. Anyway, with that being said, if you've got something you want to talk about in chat, feel free. I'm going to leave the stream up for another maybe minute or so, and then afterward, I'm going to get dinner, talk to family, do some games with family, and then stay up till 12 working on one of the documentaries I'm on the team for. So, there's lots of cool stuff happening. And I'm glad that I'm still here to piss off all the right people. They try to get rid of me. They constantly do. They're never going to do it, especially since a lot of this information is permanent either on end-to-end encrypted upload sites like Keybase, or my YouTube channel, or my Odyssey. If my YouTube gets shut down, everything is backed up till the library blockchain. Everything. They literally can't stop me. But they want to try. What? Hold on, what? What? Tis PM, not AM. Okay. I'm trying to figure out what your hold on whatting. I guess I'll vamp until you finish your chat comment here. Yeah, I've got strong issues with these people. So anything, if they want to take me down, they're gonna fail like immediately. Trying to figure out what you want, AM, right now. But yeah, I'm on library, everything's permanent. I'm on Keybase, everything's permanent. They can't take me down. That's the point. They can't take down the information. Nobody really can. Like, I've got a strong basket of evidence against them. Spontaneous Order Productions also says, I got screenshots. Guess ThemeTube censored my comment, LOL. I don't know what you mean by, like, huh? You might have to elaborate. I mean, I'm willing to talk to you about it. I just don't know what it is. Anyway, with that being said, because I don't know, it feels like I'm not gonna get like a... Oh, so okay, he was asking about a picture that somebody made where they like put their dumb fucking profile picture and my face on an image to make it look like I was being fucked by a pig. So, that's what he's talking about. Anyway, Spontaneous Order says, it's about that time I try to debate them about ego. Yeah, they back alley philosophy does not know philosophy. Like, they talk about epistemology, and they have never cited any of the fundamental tenets of epistemology or anything like that. They just throw epistemology out when they want to sound smart. It's really fucking dumb. Anyway, anything else from anybody? You are free to leave a comment, in chat. And if I don't, like, if you're not here during that, then feel free to leave me something there in the comments, and I will get to it next time as well. So, where? Alright, cool. So, with all that being said, still gonna do streams, still gonna do my daily vlogs. There's a lot of stuff coming, a lot of cool stuff. And also, as soon as possible on my Twitch, I'm going to be starting my Sonic Colors playing, because there's a lot of people who are really dumb about that game because they saw the Switch stuff and they assumed it was all of them, and they assumed that all the Switch stuff was legit, and a lot of that stuff was coming off emulators. Like, there are some legitimate glitches, but, you know, for the most part, the game runs fine on other platforms. It could run better. There's some audio and frame dropping issues, but I'm assuming those will get patched relatively soon, so I envision things being perfectly fine in a short bit. That's my envisioning. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to end the stream and go make dinner. Be well, all. Smash the steaks.